Using this visual aid, this is the waist where the wearer's belt sits, where the person's waistband is going to be. The crotch is between the top of the belt or the top of the band to a point somewhere here that will allow the wearer enough comfort for him to stretch his leg. Just as the armhole is the most delicate part on the kaftan, so also the crotch is the most delicate part on the trouser. So now, we've already measured the waist here. The formula to get the crotch line, I use hip divided by 4. So let's see if the formula works. If the person's hip is 40 inches, that is 40 divided by 4. That gives me 10. So from the top of the waistband to this point would give me 10 inches. And now this is how I go about to draw the curve. So I can use this like this. Then I now use this curved part inside to rule my smooth curve. Sometimes I use my free hand. So if the person's hip measures 36 inches, 36 divided by 4, that gives us 9. So from this point to this point is 9. Now, the part where it can get complicated is when you are given a trouser to measure. What we did in math, this part here, because it is curving, simple common sense, even without doing it in math, you know that when you are stretching this out, if you measure 10 here, by the time you stretch this part out, it would never give you 10. At least it will give you 12 when you are done sewing and you stretch this out. Because the least you are supposed to have between this point and this edge here is 2 inches. So by the time you stretch this out, this is even a curve, so it's even longer than the resultant. So when you're taking the resultant, that's like when you're doing a square plus b square equals to c square. So you now be the square root of this a plus b square. See, this is what I'm talking about. You have a triangle like this. This is the resultant. This is the hypotenuse. This resultant, this hypotenuse is always longer than a, b. C is always the longest part. So when you are not even having it as a curve, a projectile, it is definitely longer than this. So these 2 inches or these 2 inches. So if you now decide to measure somebody's trouser, and what you are getting is, let's say, 12 inches. Now you're not making your own trouser. That's, you measure the crotch, you got 12 inches. You decide to cut your own crotch from this point down here to 12 inches. And you now get your curve down here, 12 inches. You are going to make a trouser that is not wearable. Okay, to be wearable, once the person tries to enter his car, the first step is either he's not able to stretch his leg to enter the car, or the trouser gives way, it tears on the spot. So note this formula.